What's up, you guys? Tamim from Tamim Tech here. This is my first YouTube review over anything tech, and we're going to start out with the Galaxy S20 Ultra. So we got the S20 Ultra in-house right here. I don't know if you can see the display. There it is. Go Beyond Plus Ultra. Sorry, I had to be a little nerdy, you know what I'm saying? I gotta do it for My Hero Academia fans out there. But I'll be talking to you about the display, the processor, the different features you have on this phone, the battery life, speaker tests, phone quality tests, and most of all, most importantly, what most people come for reviews for most phones these days is the camera. I have the latest firmware update, so I do have the fixed autofocus issues, but it is not entirely fixed, and I believe they're coming out with more updates for the device, so we'll find out if it is gonna be fixed. Peep the wallpaper. Yeah. Shout out to the My Hero fans. Can't wait for the new movie to come out on DVD probably this summer. But anyway, let's get into it. Ready, go. Alright, so the Galaxy S20 Ultra. First, let's test out the fingerprint sensor here since we're staring at it. Pretty quick. So we have a 6.9 inch display here. This is a monster of a phone. Really big. I have decent sized hands, so it's not that bad for me. Put a phone case on it, it gets a little thicker, but it's still not that bad. It's a beautiful AMOLED display, 0.1 inches bigger than a Note 10 Plus, 5,000 milliamp battery, full HD 120 Hz, 60 Hz Quad HD, or full HD 60 Hz, whatever you want to do. I don't know anybody that goes HD Plus, which is like 720p resolution. It's not that great. We do have the SD card slot at the top. We have the giant camera module in the back, which we'll get into in a little bit. Power button on the side, volume rockers on the side, all on the right side, not on the left side like the Note 10 Plus. We do have the speakers at the bottom, USB, and the microphone right there, USB-C, and we have a speaker at the top right above the little camera cutout, which is a little smaller than last year's, which is really cool. I just love how symmetrical it is, you know, it's a beautiful display. The side is a little flatter than the Note 10 Plus. They're going to that 2D glass, which I like to see. It'll prevent accidental touches more, and when you're watching media, it doesn't bleed over and have those nasty reflections when you're trying to watch your favorite TV or TV shows or movies. This thing is a monster and a beast and awesome for media consumption. If you're watching movies or TV shows or any YouTube content, this thing is perfect for it. Your little phablet over here, basically. Let's see here. We do have lots of stuff in the settings here that's a little different. Connections are all the same. You have your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth, NFC, airplane mode, data usage. There is wireless calling if it's working through your carrier. Sound and vibrations. We have all the different settings here for you. They're pretty self-explanatory. You can change the vibration intensity, so if you're sitting at the desk at work and your phone vibrates the whole thing, people stare at you, you can turn down your vibration intensity for notifications, your calls, and touch interactions, mainly like when you're typing on your keyboard. You do have system sound and vibration control for all these different settings here. Separate sound is where you can say if you're listening to Spotify, you want to send it to your smart speaker via Bluetooth or whatever, and you want to listen to something else on YouTube while it's playing in the background, you can do that. So once you turn it on, the app from Spotify will use that Bluetooth device, and that will always play from that audio, and then everything else, Netflix, YouTube, will play on the phone, which is pretty cool. We do have notifications are pretty much the same as the last year's Samsung phones. One UI 2.1 isn't that much different from 2.0. There's a few different things, but it is very, very smooth. There's no lags, no hiccups. I haven't had any of that experience with my Note 10 Plus, which I'll review soon a little bit. It's really smooth, man. They say Samsung lags after 6 months, but that's not the case. My Note 10 Plus still doesn't lag, so shout out to Samsung for fixing their problems with their phones, because they've come a long way. We do have the display here, so we have dark mode, light mode. You can schedule dark mode, I believe, so you can schedule it and you can apply it to your wallpaper. You get your adaptive color filter, turn on blue light automatically, so that's pretty cool. You have adaptive brightness, which is nice. There's your motion refreshness, it will not work at QHD, but Samsung apparently is working on an update to where you can use Quad HD with 120 Hz, which will destroy your battery unless they optimize the screen better. But rumor is Note 20 should have a new AMOLED display that's more power efficient, that's more optimized for 120 Hz, so it doesn't kill the battery as much. So we have our full HD here, so we can use the 120 Hz screen zoom for, you know, zooming in on small things if you can't see that well. Font size and styles. We have full screen apps, easy mode if you want to make it easier to use your phone, I guess. I don't know anybody that would use that. Edge screen, you do still have your edge panels over here that you can customize. Navigation bar, you can go back to the old school 3 button settings down here, or it's not even popping up. There they are. You can reverse the order, or you can go full screen. You can use Samsung's old 3 swipe up thing. I don't use that anymore. I like Google's version of it where you can swipe from the bottom and the sides. I do use Good Lock though, so if you want an easier, smoother experience kind of using Android 10, I would recommend Good Lock and using one-hand gesture operations, so you get this cool little animation here. You can still use the bottom to swipe in between apps, but you do need the gesture hint on. So if that's not on, you cannot swipe in between apps smoothly like it's iOS or something like that. So we do have touch sensitivity, accidental touch protection is still here. All that's the same. Biometrics, fingerprints, face unlock. We do have smart lock. Where is it? Smart lock. Oh, secure folders here as well for all your business stuff and thought activities, whatever you want to do over there. You can encrypt your SD card. Oh, where is it? Smart lock. I think it's on the lock screen option. There we go. Smart lock. Smart lock is basically if you're connected to a Bluetooth device that you trust, such as your smartwatch or your smart headphones here at the gym. Once your phone recognizes that's connected to it, it'll keep your phone unlocked for you, so you don't have to keep using the fingerprint sensor and the face unlock. You have your face widgets. This is stuff pretty much for your always on display. Music information for whatever you're listening to will be on there as well. Privacy, advanced features. You have Bixby routines, which I highly recommend you use. It's so useful. I have one set for when I go to the gym, and every time I pull up, it'll recognize I'm at that location, bring up my YouTube music app, and put out do not disturb on my phone, so that way no one bothers me while I'm working out. And then it goes from there. Then when I leave, it turns itself off. When I come home, I have the sound come back on. When I go to work, phone automatic goes on silent. So it's nice to have those routines, so that way you're not just like fiddling around with your phone all the time. Link to Windows. You can link your phone to Windows for notifications and texting. You can also use Android messages and then scan the QR code to text from your phone too, so you get that kind of iMessage experience but with Android. So they're coming a long way. You do have a native screen recorder on here, so you can record up to 1080p. You can record with no sound coming from the phone, and using the microphone. So you have those options. You have reduced animations, but honestly the animations are really smooth on One UI 2.1, so I don't mind it. You have motions and gestures, lift to wake, double tap, smart stay, look at your phone and it won't go off on you, smart alert, lift your phone, it'll vibrate for notifications, palm swipe to screen capture. And to screen capture you can also press the volume down key and the power button at the same time. Then you'll have the options to share, crop, and also extend the screenshot if the screen keeps going down. Different game launcher, so all your games will be in the game launcher. You turn that on, all your games that you have will be on there, so you don't need to make a game folder for it. Video enhancer pretty much brightens up your screen anytime you go to a media app to watch movies and stuff. It'll enhance the sound. We do have Dolby Atmos on here once again, which I recommend, otherwise your volume will be kind of quiet on this phone, so I recommend you turn that on. Going down, you have general management, you know, apps, that's all the same. Set default apps top right. Device care is different, so we do have the battery here. Yeah, it's lasting a long time, so I haven't been using it. Battery usage will always depend on how you use your phone, whether you're at 60 Hz, 120 Hz, if you game a lot, social media a lot. It all depends. But with 5,000 milliamps, it should last you a whole day. But it depends on your usage, honestly. So you have the different power modes: high performance, optimize, You can edit these modes. So medium, you can edit it, and you can limit the CPU, turn off always on display, change the brightness, you can change the resolution, and then that'll give you an estimated 2 days, but that's without a SIM card and using only Wi-Fi. Adaptive power saving, your phone will predict if you're using your phone too much and just turn on power saving for you. You have your charging, you can turn these off for whatever reason if you don't want to fast charge your phone. So this phone is capable of 45 watt charging, and it's the only phone capable of 45 watt charging in the S20 series. Not sure why. The S20 Plus should be able to do it as well. Hopefully they do that in an update, because that's kind of annoying, because I'm keeping the S20 Plus and returning this, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. We do have the wireless power share, so if your phone or device is capable of wireless charging, you can slip it on the back of this phone and it will charge it for you, which is pretty cool. With Android 10 now, you do have all the apps will only use your location while they're in use, which it should save you tremendous battery life, because on iOS you can have it to where the apps only use your location when in use, which is nice. Otherwise it'd be running your location in the background and using that GPS and eating up more battery. Now, speaking of battery, this standby time on this phone, it's okay. I mean, if it's at 100% and you wake up, you will see it dip down to like 96, 97, 95%. I had the Pixel 4 XL before, and the standby time on that phone was ridiculously good. Like, I would have it at 100%, not use it, have it sit there 4 hours later, it's still at 100%, man. So standby time on this is typical Samsung. With 5,000 milliamps, it should be fine. I mean, it's not like it's gonna die through like early in the day just because it has those slight little dips. It's just, I don't know if it's One UI or just Samsung's optimization, but hopefully later as updates come, the standby time can improve. It used to be a lot worse, honestly. So I mean, 3 or 4% isn't too bad. It's no iOS though. iOS will always be the king of standby time. That is for sure. So we have digital well-being here, to keep track of your screen on time stuff. So if you want to have a goal for your screen on time, app timers, so you can set timers in your apps so you can stop using them, being obsessed with Snapchat and Instagram for like hours. You have your wind down, so when you want to wind down, you can the phone go gray and turn on do not disturb. This keeps track of your volume to make sure your ears aren't bleeding from loud volumes all the time, so that's pretty nice. So speaker quality, if this would load, let's see. So I'm at half volume here, and it's put it up to the microphone. Max that out. So it sounds pretty good, you know? So it sounds pretty good. Speakers sound really, really good. The phone quality on here is pretty good. Whenever I call someone, they can hear me clearly. They sound really clear, which is great. You can use Wi-Fi calling and stuff. So that's cool. So let's get into the cameras. It's probably what y'all been waiting for. I need to get rid of the button there. Okay, camera. Here we go. So the cameras, you do have single take, which I never use. It takes a bunch of videos and GIFs and low quality pictures for basically for fun moments if you have kids or pets or something like that. You have your night mode, photo mode, video mode, live focus, and then you have more. They did bring back Pro Video, which is great. I love that because the video on here can be a little too bright. So being able to adjust the ISO and brightness and shutter speed on that's pretty cool. You have your food mode, panorama, super slow-mo, slow motion, hyperlapse. Come back here. So you do have the option for, let's see here, smart selfie angle. That's pretty cool. It'll recognize there's people in the background and immediately go to the wide angle for your selfie. So I do like that. Rear video, you have 8K, 60 frames per second, full 4K, and so on. There is advanced recording options, so you can shoot HDR10+, but that's only in 1080p. High efficiency video, zoom in mic. Your stabilization for 4K 60 finally, you can track the autofocus. Oh, the autofocus. Speaking of autofocus, let's check out the autofocus, shall we? I don't know if you guys were able to see it on here. Let me get my Dragon Ball. So, focusing. It's hunting a little bit. Now it's in focus. Let's go over here. Focusing. Hunting. It's in focus. Blah. Hunting a little bit. There we go. So when we try it on something smaller, like maybe some scissors or something like that, see if it focuses. Good. Done. Focus. Hunting a bit. I have more examples, but it still hunts. It's better than it was before, but it still hunts a little bit, which can be a little annoying. You have a selfie cam here, which can go up to 40 megapixels. You have the wide selfie thing here, which is actually a really good selfie camera, honestly. It's not that bad. The color accuracy and color science is pretty good with skin tones and all that. So that's pretty cool. Yo. So I'll show you some camera samples here, some video samples, and then just let me know your thoughts on the Galaxy S20 Ultra. I am returning it for the S20 Plus because I think the dual pixel autofocus system on there is a lot better and a lot more reliable than the apps on here. So, oh yeah, Samsung Daily is different, by the way. No more Bixby Home. Samsung Daily on the left. Useless cards. I just use Google Feed on here. Just click that G and I got what I want. But this does show your events on here. So if you have an event coming up, it'll tell you how much time's left till it pops up and all that, which is pretty cool. Alright, so yeah, that's the S20 Ultra. I'll leave you with the camera samples at the end of the video. Let me know what you think. And that's Tamim Tech for you. Peace. Focus video test. Okay, it's actually really good this year. Different effects.